So our task 7. Task 7. So our task 7 is plot the data using ggplot. Plot the data using ggplot. So here ggplot is a package. So using the ggplot package, we have to plot the graphs for the given data. So basically, in ggplots itself, you can find out more than 100 type of plotting techniques. Okay. Um, Here, the most regular one and which are most important, that 6 to 7 plotting techniques we are going to learn in this session. So that is enough. Like as per our course, the basic plotting which we use in regular programming. So that plotting I'll take that plotting techniques I'll teach you here. So before getting into that one, so to make the task 7, we have to install one package is called the ggplot. So because there are so many packages like Plotly, Corel Plot, like there are so many packages is available for plotting. I mean, to do the graph charts and all. But especially our task is like we have to use ggplot package and we have to get it like the graphs. So for that purpose, we are installing the ggplot. So there are two methods. So here in the R console, you can see here packages. After going to the packages, here you can find the install button. So click on it, and here you mention the plot like which package you want to install. So ggplot2. So this is our package name. Okay, so select the ggplot2 and try to install it. So before you want to do something, if you want to plot something using the ggplot, definitely you have to, you must and should install this one. Otherwise, the functions whatever you are using, it is not going to generate the plots. You will get an error without package, without installing the package. If you run ggplot code, you are going to get the errors. Okay. So now it got installed. So you can see here the package is ggplot2 successfully unpacked. That means it got installed. So after that, so here is the first example. So here I was taking something like, and in the ggplot and in the R console itself, we have so many data sets are available. So there are so many ready-made data sets are available, which defaultly is like it is stored in the packages itself, like it is a sample data. So we are using the same data and we are plotting the data. So there is one data set is called Longly. So this is one data set. So just I will show you. So data Longly. I'm storing this data into some variable is called Longly data. Okay, so that data I'm storing there. So you can see here in the console, you can find out the data set is uploaded. So if you so here capital V I U Longly data set. So this is available there. So this is the data set of Longly. So you can see here we have the JNP reflector vector and GNP unemployed and how many armed forces are there, what is the population and year and how many people are employed. So this is the information about this data set. So we are using this data set to do the plotting. Okay. So that the same data I am taking as logly. So if you want to view the data, you can use the command like view of which data set information you want to see. That one we have to mention here. So here we want to see the data set is called longly. So this longly we are not importing from some other places or local machine. Like from our PC or some other websites, we are not taking the data. R itself, it is having its own data sets, sample data sets. That is one. This is also one data set from that. So that's the same data set we are using. So view, if you press enter, so that you can watch that information of this one. So here we are applying the first one, first kind of graph. We are applying the line graph. So here the syntax will be like this. So ggplot. So ggplot we are applying using the ggplot. So ggplot ggplot function. So you are not going to, so we are applying the ggplot. Plus means we are adding some other kind comments or some other features to that ggplot. So here GEOM. GEOM means geometrical representation. And which type of geometrical representation we want? Underscore line. So we want line plot. Okay. So line graph we are plotting. So GEOM, that is geometrical representation. Which geometrical representation you want? Line. So we are mentioning it as line. So how you will get all these things, like whether it is line or whether it is point or whether it is histogram or anything that you can see, I'll tell you how you will get that one. Okay, so the syntax of this one is ggplot. I mean, this is the function we are calling. In this function, we need the geometrical representation in terms of line and our data set. So data, which data we are using? Longly data we are using, comma. In the data, longly data, we have to mention like which is your x-axis and which is your y-axis. So that is why we are mentioning it as like mapping. Mapping is equals to AES. AES means axes. So which axis you are mentioning? In the longly data set, we have x. X is nothing but here I'm taking the x axis should be year and y axis should be armed forces. Armed dot forces. So this is my x-axis and this my y-axis, and like that I'm mapping to the data. I'm mapping, and for this one we are creating the geometrical representation in terms of line. And what you want, whether you want it to be in color or not, you have to mention. So I just want this line, whatever the line graph I'm getting, this one should be with some color. So that color I'm mentioning here as like blue. So you can mention any other color also. So this line, only this line I'm entering now, and you can see what is going on. So I am selecting only this part. After that, we have the external commands also, but still I'm not running that. So only this part, and running this function. Fine, GG. I just selected before place only. I selected only first line of the code I was taken, and this is the line graph we are getting for the data. Okay, so this is the line. So here in the x-axis we are taking y here as the x-axis and armed forces as the y-axis. So this is the line graph we are getting. So in this line graph, I want to know where the points exactly, because the line was continuously mentioned, but we don't know what are the points, coordinates are there. Like, so I want to expose the points on that plot, so that what I am doing, plus means within that graph itself, I want so many things. Like if you want to add some other features to the existing graph, you have to use the plus sign. So here we are using plus. Again, I was mentioning that GEOM, that is geometrical representation in terms of point, and data is equals to longly, and mapping equals to x equals to y here, and y equals to armed forces, and color should be color should be blue. That means here I was mentioning that in the previous one, it was mentioned that I need line. In this one, I'm mentioning that point. So along with the line, I want to mention these points also. So your line should be blue color and our point should be also blue color. So like that, this kind of things we are going to get by generating the first two lines of the code. So I am selecting only first two lines of the code. So before the plus it's got started, and this is the three lines. So ggplot of these two lines are generating. So you can see the graph. So after executing, you are seeing. So this is the point. So points are also displayed exposed in this graph. So this is how we are generating single line graph. So if you want to add more features and more lines, you can use the plus sign and you can generate the code. So here I am using another plus sign and I want to plot the data where my X data is year and Y data is unemployed. So here I'm taking another line. So the same where X is year and another line I'm going to get in terms of unemployed people, and that line should be with red color. And I want to plot the points on that red line also. So for that I'm taking X as year and Y as unemployed, and here I'm using the geo underscore plot point. So I'm going to get the two lines. So and by executing these two codes, I'm going to get two lines. One line is X, where X axis is year and Y axis is armored forces, that is blue line along with the blue dots. And another line we are going to get X axis is year and Y axis as unemployed. That line is in red color along with the red dot points. So we'll see this. So this is the one. Okay. So this red line is indicating the unemployed people with respect of the year, and blue line is representing the year along with the armored forces. So like that, whatever the features you want, you can add more lines. You can compare the things, like you can involve more things also. You can change the line colors and you can change the thickness of the lines, and everything is possible. So this course is limited, like within the plots itself, we can teach entire year also, like even though it is not going to done. So that much lengthy syllabus it has, but still we are restricted to some point. So this is the way we are going to plot the line graph. So as per your requirement, you can plot the data. So everything is available in the documentary. So if you want to see what is the documentary, like if you want to see the documentary of the ggplot, just press ggplot and press question mark and execute this code so that you can see the. Otherwise, here we have the help button. So in this one, you can go and click the ggplot. So I just want to study the document. Okay. So here is the ggplot document. So in this document, whatever the things you want to do, all those things is possible. So here examples is also given. What are the arguments we are passing to that one, and what each document, I mean each argument. Suppose here data means we have to assign the data, like which data we want to plot. That one we are mentioning as the data. Mapping, as I mentioned, AES is nothing but axes. We have to mention which axis is equals to x-axis and which one is y-axis, like which column you want to represented as a x-axis, which column you want to represent it as y-axis. Everything was mentioned here. Okay, so read this document and you can get the things done. So this is about the line graph. Any doubts? Okay. So next there is another data set is available, which is called diamonds. So this is also one default sample data set is available in the R itself. So this diamonds data set, let first we'll see what is the diamonds data set is inside. So just I'm using view of diamonds data set. So I'm not importing data from outside. Within the R itself, we have some sample data. That is the same thing I'm using here. So I'm executing only view of the diamonds dataset. So this is the dataset of diamonds. So you can see the title is diamonds, and it was mentioned that whether how many carats and what is the cut and what is the color, clarity, depth, table, price, and everything was mentioned here. Okay. If you don't understand about the keywords of diamonds dataset, Ian, you can use the dataset name and use a question mark. You can run it also. So I'm running here. So here you can see the help. So this is the data set about the diamond. So in the diamond we have price, we have carat, we have cut, we have color, clarity, and the X, Y, Z that uh, length, width, thickness is was mentioned, and the depth and the table. So this is the information about the data set. So for this data, we are plotting the bar graph. So for that, again, same story. So here we are using ggplot function. So here in the beginning one, I was mentioned that first I'm using ggplot function, then I inserted lines. Here is another pattern. We can get things done like this also. So first we are taking the ggplot. So in the ggplot, what data I want to generate, that is my data is called df, because the diamonds data, whatever is there, the data I'm storing in call variable is called df. So my data frame data of diamonds is stored in df variable. So where my data equals to df, and mapping. So you can use the mapping or not. So here I'm using the axis where x should be color of the diamond, and fill color. So within the color where the diamond is existed, within that one I need color plus. So I am using geo bar as I mentioned here. If you want to generate line graph, so geo underscore line. If you want to generate the point graph, I mean points on the line, so you are using geometrical representation in terms of point. Here we need bar graph, so we are mentioning it as geo underscore bar. And in this one, we are giving the labels also, like what should be title of the x-axis and what is the title of the y-axis. That also I mentioned. So my x title is diamond color quality, and y is the frequency. So this is the line which will give you the bar graph about the color and color with respect of the diamond. So before getting into this one, first we have to store the data of diamonds in the data frame df. So I'm just executing these two lines. So it was stored. So here you can see you can see right side environment. There you can find the df as a data frame. So data frame looks like this. So now diamonds data is stored successfully in df data frame. Now we are generating this line bar graph. So here you can see. So this is the bar graph, and this is the diamond color quality, and this is the frequency. So this is how we are going to get the bar graph using geom underscore bar function. So we can do so many things here also. So here we are generating the same graph, but with respect of the summary we are adding. Okay, so this title was same. Now I am taking x-axis is diamond color and y-axis is price, and I want to fill the colors within the bars. I want to fill the color, so I'm mentioning it as color. With respect of the color we are doing now. So geom bar plus means another arguments we are inserting to that same condition. So gm underscore bar. In this one, statistical should be in the way of summary, and function is minimum function. You can use minimum function, maximum function like that. So further graph looks like this. So, okay. So here is the color of the diamond, and here price of the diamond, and with respect of that, these are the bar graph. So this is how we are going to take the things, and you can do more things also. Picking the bar plot also we can do, like we are doing plotting with respect of the color of the diamond. So each diamond color with respect of what price ratio it is going on, with respect of the function is called median also we can do. Same story. So ggplot where data is our diamond data is stored in df. So we are taking data equals to df. Axis is we are reordering the axis. So our axis x equals to color and price. Between x and x itself, I am mentioning it is like color and price. And for this one, we are taking the average. Mean is nothing but average. With respect of x price, we are taking price comparison. So you can, once if I generate this one, you will get understand what is going on. So here, so in this graph, we are taking the color of the diamond. Okay, so here these are the colors of the diamond: E, D, F, G, H, I, J, and will, along with that, there are so many colors. Like with respect of mean, we are taking what cut it in the color diamond color. Also, it is depending on the cut variable. So fair, good, very good, premium, ideal. So these are the qualities, like color qualities in the diamond. So each diamond price was depending on the color. So here LA is nothing but so the price tag of the particular diamond, E color of diamond. Explain here. So E color of the color E diamond, till this ratio it was ideal. Okay, this E is representing the entire E type of diamond, E color type of diamond. Okay, so in the E color of diamond, color type of diamonds, ideal was this yellow color, and the premium was this green color, and very good was this dark green color. Then good was blue color. Then fair was purple color. Like that, it was indicated. So within the same color itself, again, it was price was classified with respect of the quality of the diamond. So this is how we can do. So more things we can add up. Like you can compare other. I mean, you can compare with respect of the price. We can compare with the cut with respect of the cut with respect of the dimensions of the diamond. Like XYZ features is given, like length, width, height, and what is the depth with respect of that. Also, we can do. So many things we can do in the bar plots. So this is one example of that. So this is all about the bar graph. So even if you want to read something like about the bar graph, you can just go to the help and mention about the ggplot. There you can see the geom bar. So if I want to know what is the document under the geom bar, so GEOM. So this is geometrical representation in terms of bar. So here itself you can see how many bars we have, like how many type of plottings available. So I am using GEOM underscore. So you can see here how many type of plots was mentioned: a blend, area, bar, bin to, like so many are there. Okay, within this sheet again you have so many functions. So here we are focusing on the bar graph. So you just mentioned geom underscore bar. So again in the bar itself we have other things: crossbar, error bar. So we are looking for bar chart. So this is the things, like what are the, this is the standard syntax for the geom bar, and within this what are the instructions is given, like what is mapping, what is data, what is stat, so how many types of stat is available. So everything was mentioned in this document. So whatever the requirement was there, based on that we do graphing. So this is about the line graph. Next one is histogram. So a continuous or connectivity bar. Suppose we have the bar graph is like this. So this is one bar, and this is another bar. This is another bar. This is another bar. Like we are getting, suppose this is E, D, F, G. Some columns names are there. So this is our price, and this is our some x-axis, and this is our y-axis, and this is nothing but bar graph. So if one with respect of one feature itself, if you are finding the distribution, so this is the first bar immediately, like it is mostly in the frequency intervals, like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Like this kind of data, if you generate that graph, you are going to get the histogram. So histograms look like this. So this is the first one. Continuation will be second one, then third one, then fourth one, then fifth one, then sixth one, then seventh one, eighth one, like that. These are the graphs, bars. connected to each other based on the frequency. Okay, so this is how we are going to generate using the ggplot. So for this we use the function called ggplot. So ggplot, and in this one we are using the data same. So df is nothing but it is about the data of diamond. So I want to find the histogram of diamond carat. So in the diamonds data set, we have one feature is called carat. So this is the feature we have, carat. So for this feature, we are generating the histogram. So here is the okay. So here we are using axis as carat. That means when you are not mentioning y axis, that means when you are not mentioning about which is x, which is y, then it is taking defaultly as the first variable as x axis and second one is the y axis. So here we are taking the histogram of one variable. So that is why we are taking as carat, and this carat defaultly it is going with the x axis. And we are using we are looking for the histogram. So we use the function called geo underscore histogram. Histogram and open and close the parentheses. That's it. So if you run this code, you are going to get the histogram for the respective data. Control enter. So this is the histogram of the. Okay. So you can see here one bar is connected to another bar like that. So this is about the histogram. Next one is correlation, correlation plot or heat map. Using it as correlation plot. So for the correlation part, we are using a function is called, the library is called Corel plot. So this library package we have to install for before using the, okay. So you can, the bottom after executing that code, you can see here Corel plot dot 0.90 is loaded. That means it was on the onboard, like it was functioning now. So we have another data set, default data set. I'm giving multiple data sets because there are so many data sets you can use it for any kind of experiments. Like if you want to do plotting or if you want to do any other calculation, statistical calculations, you can use this data set instead of uploading new data and doing experiment on it. If you want to do some practice, you can use these data sets for the practice. That is why I'm mentioning for each variable I'm using different data sets. So empty cars is one kind of data set which is available in the R console defaultly. So I will show you like what is the data set is consisting. So empty car. So this is the okay. So this is the empty cars data set. So here type of the car and whatever the variables are there. If you don't understand what is MPG, what is CYL, what is DISP, and what is HP, and all those things, if you don't understand, go to help and mention that what data set you are looking for. So our data set name called empty cars. That's it. So this will give you the total information about the empty cars. So here you can see here we have the first column is MPG. That means mileage, miles. In terms of miles, we are naming as MP. So CYL, so that is another column. So that is nothing but number of cylinders in that car. We are denoting as CYL. So DISP, disc. So whether it has displacement or not. What is HP? HP is nothing but horsepower, gross horsepower. So like that data set, it was like clearly explained. So each column and what it is representing was mentioned in the document itself. So if you want any clarifications, further clarifications, go to the documentation and read it so that you will get understand. So now we are using this data set for plotting the data. So here just I will show you how to get the correlation of that entire data set. So if you see here, empty data set is almost all the columns is a numerical columns. So we are going to calculate the correlations of empty cars. So empty cars correlation To get that one, we use function is called COR, that is correlation of which data set you want. That data set you have to mention within the parenthesis. So press enter. So this is the correlations of all the data set. So this correlations, I will write it like correlation empty cause. That's one data set. Now I will run this function. Now you can see here. So that correlations was stored like a data set. So with respect of it, the variable itself is the correlation is 100%, right? So here MPG with respect of MPG, the correlation was 1. When you compare the correlation between MPG with respect of some parse number, the correlation was negative. That is minus 0.77. That is 77% negative relation is existed between MPG and HP. Similarly, WT is one column, and with respect of VS is one column. If you want to find the correlation between WT and VS, the correlation is like this: minus 0.55. That is 55% negative relation is existed between WT and VS. Like that, we are going to get the correlation, entire correlation matrix with respect of all the features. So this is what we are calling as the multiple correlation. So we can get multiple correlation. So for correlations, we are using the plotting is called. So here I was taking only I'm interested in few columns instead of taking all the columns from the uh, data set. I am just focusing on few columns. I want to ignore few columns. So I'm interested in like first column, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Again, 10 and 11. So out of all these columns, so you can find the correlations or you can plot the graphs on particular columns also. So this is my, these are my column names. So these are the column numbers. So these are the columns is available, but I am not interested in, you can mix and match like the same, you can skip few columns and you can apply line graph, you can apply bar graph, you can do all the things. So I'm in every plotting I'm using some new one, so you can mix and match you can use these techniques in the bar graph, their bar graph techniques you can use in the histogram and all. So you can do the things here. One thing I'm explaining, like you can take particular columns and you can plot the graphs also. So this is one thing, like I am focusing on the few columns like first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. That means the data set, if you see in the code, if you see here, it was mentioned that 1 to 7. That means 1:7 is nothing but I am taking 1 to 7 columns. Here, first it was empty, then comma. That means all the rows, comma. So every time data set is represented in terms of rows and columns, rows and columns. So here rows I was not mentioned, means all the rows I have to consider, and columns I am saying that 1 to 7 columns, that is 1 to 7, and 10, 11 columns. So 10, 11. So here I am skipping 8 and 9 column. So this data set, this I am splitting the data. I am just taking a part of the data, and that data I am storing as the variable is called new data. For this new data, I am going to plot the correlation part. Okay, so that one I'm doing here. So I'm executing all these lines. So this is the correlation with respect of MPG and CYL. So like that, we are going to get so many correlations. If I skip this one, we are going to get all the correlations now. So this is the correlation part. It was not clearly getting because the data set is large one. So this is the correlations we are going to get for the given data. Here, zoom function is not working. I don't know. So this is how we are going to get the correlation plot for the given data. And we already did the box plot. So here I'm using one data set is called the DF. DF is nothing but diamond data set we stored in the DF variable. So for this data, I'm taking the variable is called caret. So for this caret, I'm calculating the box plot. So we know the box plot. So it is about the quartiles. So this is lowest quartile range and this is highest quartile range. Before these points and after the highest quartile, these points we call it as outliers. To detect the outliers, we use the white box plot. So that box plot may be either in vertical or horizontal direction. So that's up to you. So here we are creating the box plot. So that is why we are using the function called the geom underscore box plot. I want box plot for the axis is called column is called caret, and this caret is the column from the data frame. So where data frame is nothing but it is storing the diamond data set. So running this will give you the box plot. So this is the box plot. Okay, box plot with respect of the caret. So this dot points, this dotted lines, whatever we have, these are nothing but outliers. So with the help of box plot, we are going to get the outliers. And this first line is indicating the first quartile, and the second one is nothing but the median, and third one is called third quartile, and this is the maximum range of the quartile, and this is the lowest range of the quartile. So before these points and after this line, whatever we have, that one we are calling as outliers. So to detect the outliers, we use box plot. Okay, and next one is scatter plot. So scatter plot, we have another data set is called economics. So if you want to see the economics data set view, capital VIEW, economics. So this data we are plotting. So if you want to see this, just press enter. So this is the economics. So date, PCE, POP, P7. If you don't understand, again go back to the help and see what data set variable feature names is saying. So our data set is economics. So this economics I'm generating. So in this one, each feature, date is nothing but month of the data is collection. PC is nothing but personal consumption expenditures and all in terms of $1 billion is nothing but PCE. What is POP? Total population in thousand. So POP is nothing but total population in thousand. So like that, each column described here, like you can understand the data from there, from the help command. So for this data, we are finding the scatter plot. So the scatter plot between two variables, one is unemployed and another one is number of unemployed and number of the median duration of unemployed in weeks. So here we are taking two columns. One is unemployed. That means that is representing the number of people is unemployed in terms of thousands. And another one is you employed. So that is nothing but median duration of the unemployed in this weeks. So with respect of these two columns, we are finding the scatter plot. Means one x-axis is indicating an unemployed, another one is indicating as median duration of unemployment in week. So x-axis, y-axis, and we want that should be in dot, only dots I want. So that means scatter plot. So this line I'm executing now. So this is the scatter plot for the data. Scatter plot means points, like the coordinate points was represented. So this is how we generate a scatter plot. I think this is enough. Forget about bar plot. So I'll just keep this code, and bar plot is little lengthy and it is like it's 250. That's enough. Like whatever the graphs which discussed in this lab session, that the same labs on same plot, the kind of plots only we will ask in the examination also. Okay, so this is all about the plotting techniques using ggplot. So there are so many, but time will not permit for us. Like even if I teach like 3 to 4 months also, this course will not end the plotting because that many plots are available, that many combinations is available. So we are ignoring.